Joined by Dereham Town manager Tom Parke after today's 2-0 interstep playoff defeat against Stotfold. Toasty, we're feeling it with you this afternoon. Not the way you wanted to finish the season. Obvious question, probably an obvious answer. How are you feeling?
Worst day of my life. I've been here for more than 10 years and seen things behind the scenes what no one will ever know about, and been a part of planning and this and things going forward, and I suppose the only thing I can say is if the walls fell off and the place crumbled down, I'd still be here with my cement putting it back together in whatever capacity. I think that's the only thing I could say about it is, yeah, I'm hurting. It's the worst day ever, but if I get the opportunity, I'll put that right.
The worst day, has it been the hardest year?
Yeah, can you see?
Of your managerial career?
Yeah, there I was in a pre-season friendly against Dereham in what, July, right? You know, enjoying my time off and enjoying my daughter. And it's really impacted me and her, really, if I'm honest with you. That's probably the biggest thing I've been reflecting on, is like, I've really sacrificed a lot of family time for this club in that league. You know, I saw the other team, I know this is respect to the other team, well done to them, by the way, but they're moaning about an hour and 44-minute drive, you know, like we've done 3 hour and 44-minute drives, like, you don't see your family, and I've given them my soul Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday to try and keep this alive, and we've obviously just got to the last point, and yeah, we're not, and I'm absolutely devastated, but yeah, that ain't me done, is it? I'll bring it on.
We're so used to seeing you smiling, happy, joking.
Yeah.
We're not seeing that today, obviously. How do you pick yourself up?
I don't think I've been, without being horrible, I don't think I've been smiling inside all year, since the summer, really. If you want my honest opinion, I didn't like the way it all come about. I think people who know me know that, the club know that. Not the way that I want to be appointed in any job. It's just a mess. And I think we've tried really, really hard to put the fundamentals in place to avoid a big rot, you know, and a mass exodus. We've probably started the year better than what we thought. There's been games where we think, you know, like the 2 Roxham Cup games, people probably left there thinking, cool, they've got something about them. Felix Stowe here in the Cup, cool, they've got something about them. Stamford away, there's numerous games, they've got something, but ultimately we've fallen short because we're too young and we've not got enough men in the room.
There's players in that dressing room, some will stay, some will go. What did you say to them collectively at the end of today's game?
Just brutally honest, I said there's people that have probably known that they were going from the start of the season, but were under contracts. They couldn't jump off the ship with the other ones that ran off because some of them were under contract, I think. And fair play to them, they've been really professional. I think there's some players that, location-wise, are travelling a long, long way to be here. And I think there's obviously young players that are moving on to pastures new, maybe in different countries. So I think it would be unfair to, I'm not going to lie, I think it's going to be a mass overhaul in the summer, which we knew anyway. I think everyone knew that.
Just going back to today's game, did we not turn up, or were they just up for it more?
No, they, as men v boys, it was probably the game to kick long because of the pitch. The pitch was horrific. But we haven't got the team to kick long. So when we kick long, we don't win nothing because we're midgets and young. So then when you then start to try and play, you can't get hold of it because it's jumping up and hit you on the kneecap. And then it allows like immobile players to get near you, doesn't it? So it was an absolute worst. I must congratulate the FA and their matchmaking process. It's the worst pairing you could have ever had. Whoever came up with the idea that getting a Bedfordshire team to travel past Bedfordshire and come to Norfolk, and a Norfolk team to travel past that team on the coach and go to Bedfordshire, I think they may need to give their job a reassessment of what they do for a living, if I'm honest with you.
Relegation is hard, but I guess coming out of this league isn't the end of the world, although it feels like it today, possibly. Less travelling, which we know has been a burden. Less physical teams. As you said, we're very young as a team. We were maybe out-muscled in some matches. Going forward to pre-season and into next year, will it actually suit your type of team that you want and your style of play not to be in this division?
That's probably the best question ever, that is, because we were just having that conversation. Well, look, we didn't know if we were going to win today. We didn't know what league we were going to be in, and if we'd have been kept in the league that we were just in, it probably would have maybe finished us as a club. You're looking at over £30,000 to just book a coach, or transport, or a bus. Can't just go bosh. We have to run functions, sponsorships. These people have to work hard to bring money through the door. We're not at that point. We can't do it. Players want 300 plus quid a week when you go into the Midlands. We haven't got it. We've had to fight and scrap and claw. The reason why we had to chop half of the squad at the start of the year is because they were on money that weren't sustainable. If we would have kept that squad that we had at the start of the year, we would have been in debt by Christmas. So I suppose if you're staying in the Midlands League, it probably would suit us to go down. However, if we were back in the Ishmael, of course, that would have been what we preferred. But no one finds out that till the 11th anyway. So it was a real coin toss. Type of players, obviously, I like to get the ball on the floor and play. But until we move to Spain, all the facilities are brilliant. There's no wind. You've got to be realistic. That Thurlow Nunn's going to have worse pitches than the ones that we've been in this year. And I think we're going to have to go down a physicality route. And I'm going to have to probably not go against my principles, but I'm going to have to show that I'm a good adaptable manager and pick the right team for the league. My lovely way of playing don't exist in this county. It exists in San Diego in the sunshine when there's a carpet, and good refs.
So Monday morning, you wake up, you've got a blank sheet of paper and a pen in front of you. Mm-hmm. What do you want?
Personality. People that care. People that when it gets tough are in the trenches with you.
On a positive note, Luke Johnson, player of the season.
Yeah.
Who else shone for you this year, in your eyes?
I think they all have in different ways. I think they'd probably all admit none of them have been outstanding for the whole year. They've all had their moments. They'd all hold their hands up for that. But there's lots of players. You can mention every single player. Look at the goalkeeper. Yes, there's been times he's let goals in and he'd be disappointed about them. But look at the amount of shots that have come his way and he's had to deal with. He's had a really good year considering the amount he's had to deal with. Dion, right back last year, had to really step up as a skipper this year and be a middle centre half. And I can remember, Norwich United game and his head was falling off. What's happening at this club? And he's had a real positive year. The list goes on. I mean, there's more. I'll just be going for every single player, but I think consistently we've all had our wobbles. It's been men v boys. This team were big today, but the Midlands League's just. I don't think them players exist in Norfolk, genetically. So what's got to happen? Because 3Gs, right? I'm going off on one here. Everyone thinks 3Gs are really, really good, but they're actually ridiculously bad. They stick it. The ball sticks on them, and like most teams in the Midlands that have them, they hook it, stick in there. If you want to play a brand of football that is on the front foot and expressive, and meatheads can't get near you, you have got to get that pitch wet and like a carpet every week. And until that happens, you can't sign them type of players.
We're just a few days away from the Norfolk Senior Cup final against Goulston at Carrow Rose, and it probably backs up what you were saying about your style of play compared to the league that we're in now. Yeah. It has been a tough league season, but you come good in the cup. Is that because you're playing Norfolk teams?
Potentially. I don't mean this disrespectfully to the Norfolk teams, but they're all little, aren't they? Like that, like the Wroxham game, no offence to them, like when they started going long, that was like boys doing it against us, wasn't it? They were men today. And Goulston, to be fair, have got a lot of men, but Carrow Road's quite a big pitch.
And would a cup final win put a smile back slightly on your face?
No.
So this season we've seen you angry.
Yeah.
I sense a bit of that now, frustrated. Mostly we've seen you smile, although you did say that you weren't smiling within. I guess keep smiling. We go again next season. You'll have a pre-season this time, which will make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything you do and your staff do. Here's to the cup final in a few days' time. And I guess here's to August with a brand new season and a blank sheet of paper.
Well, that August would be lovely, but it starts next week or tomorrow. No bank holiday for me. So I can now technically go after players because I know there's been quite a few that's gone after mine this week and unsettled them. So watch out for the DMs, boys.
Do you know who you want?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Good luck at Carrow Rose for the Norfolk Senior Cup final, and we'll have a chat after that game.
Thank you so much.